Welcome back. So my apologies that it took me a little bit longer to actually film the water element video and post it. It's pretty incredible going through filming these videos, and as I'm talking about these emotions, I find that whether it's because I just filmed or because I'm in preparation to film the next element, I'm thinking about it and feeling a lot. And that started happening last week as I began filming all of these, and over the weekend, as I was, scheduled to create this water element video, I just started feeling a lot of the acquired emotions that are specifically related to the water element. But then on top of that, I started feeling too much. So many different feelings, mostly all of the different acquired emotions from all of the 5 elements. Also some of the virtues as well. So I was in a bit of an emotional, I would not call it a roller coaster. I never felt out of control, but I didn't feel stable enough to come and present these topics, just because I really needed to take the time to work through what the heck I was feeling. Even yesterday, I had a great morning, and then come afternoon through the entire evening and nighttime, I felt so much anxiety. And that's a very uncommon emotion for me to really feel and sit with. And so anyway, my apologies, and also it does still fit in perfectly with the water element, because the acquired emotion is fear and insecurity, and the virtue is wisdom, truth, an inner knowing. So with the water element, in the 4 element theory, which is not traditional Chinese medicine, which doesn't mean it's right or wrong, it's just another theory that's out there that I also love very much and work with, right? 4 elements, work with the astrological signs and also tarot. And so we have air, not in any particular order. I'll order them actually. So we have fire, earth, air, water, if we're going to go in the order there. And the traditional associations in that system with the water element are the emotions, right? Sensitivity, intuition, feeling. And a lot of that, although not all of it completely comes, or correlates in the 5 element theory, there are a lot of similarities there. So as I've been feeling through these different waves of emotion, I really needed to still myself and step deeper into meditation. And that is where we find the virtues with this water element. I haven't mentioned seasons yet, so I'm going to, because it is currently winter. We're kind of in the middle of winter right now. And in the 5 element theory, each one of the 5 elements corresponds with a season. We'll get into that in a different video, because we traditionally only recognize 4 seasons, if that. I'm in California. We don't really have seasons here. So the season that is linked to the water element is the winter time. And traditionally, as we think of winter, it's colder out, it's darker, There's less sunlight. It's more of a time for hibernation, for rest, for retreat, going deep within. Associations with the water element and the winter time are cold, dark, quiet. So when we're feeling these feelings of the acquired emotions, this fear and insecurity, fight or flight or freeze, the sympathetic nervous system takes over versus the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. Okay, another different video for later, but there are associations even again with the phrases, the fight or flight or freeze. When something scary happens, we have these instinctual reactions and they're meant to keep us safe. So safety and security is very important with establishing balance. And you can do it through fighting or fleeing or freezing, but you're probably not going to get like the outcome that you want in the long run. And so with the virtue being wisdom, safety, the way to get there is through stillness, right? Still waters run deep, going deep within, silencing. The ears are related. I've mentioned the nose was related in the metal element, and I mentioned maybe a little bit that the mouth was related in the earth element. So we have the ears for the water element. So it's a time to quiet and listen. And if you think about it, when you're in a fear mode, if you are fleeing or hiding, you have to be really silent, right? So that you're not in further danger. And so the sense of sound becomes incredibly imperative. On the other hand, with the virtue, when you're in this meditative state, you're really tuning deep within and listening to that inner voice. So let's get into the breathing. If you are feeling these feelings of fear, insecurity, like you're not safe, instead of running from it or fighting it off or just freezing, breathe. Inhale in. And on the exhale, it is a whew. Similar to like an owl. Owls are symbols of wisdom. They're nocturnal. Okay, don't we love the associations? I love the associations. Okay, so inhale in through the nose if you would like to breathe with me. Filling in that deep belly breath, not forcing it, letting the chest fill as well. And on the exhale, inhale in through the nose. Inhale in again. Inhaling in this inner knowing, this security that you have in yourself. If it's not there yet, on the exhale, you can release those feelings of insecurity, fear. Inhale in. The color is a deep blue, even black, even purple. These are the colors associated with strengthening the virtue of wisdom. And exhale out, letting go of any of those insecurities and fears. Inhale in, filling up your body with this cooling, very emotional, there's like an emotional capacity, like you're like really nurturing yourself with this inhale. Exhaling out any of those insecurities and fears. inhaling in this deep blue color, kind of like when you are bathing or drinking water even, and your whole body is getting bathed in this water. We need water to survive, right? You're filling in with this breath all of those feelings of nurturing yourself, of watering yourself. So exhaling out. Insecurities, inhaling in. My out breath is not very strong right now because I'm actually feeling much, much better and had some really big breakthroughs this morning. Fears and blockages around my heart were burst open. And I'm feeling a lot of excitement right now, which is the fire element again, right? And the water element, that fear, the water can extinguish the fire and the excitement. So I'm filming this video because it's time, but also you'll notice some of the other videos, my exhale was so much more long and strong because I was really feeling those acquired emotions. So I had a lot of it to purge. Right now I'm feeling much more secure and stable, emotionally, especially mentally. And so in this video right now, you will notice that I don't have a whole lot to like let out. So again, that's a good diagnostic for yourself. As you notice which exhales can like go on forever, it's showing you have more purging to do of that acquired emotion. Inhaling in more of that security, that wisdom, watering yourself, really going deep within, inner state. Exhaling out fears and insecurities. So you can continue to breathe for as much as you need to. I mean, you have to breathe. Can't get away from that. But as far as releasing fears and insecurities, if you are feeling this right now, please take as long as you need. Continue the breathing patterns until you start feeling better. Again, this is not the one way to fix this. This is not a quick fix. This is not like a pill you can take. This is a practice. This is a tool that you can use at any point in time. So if you need to keep breathing, go for it. But I'm going to go a little bit into another aspect of the water element. And I mentioned in the metal element that the lungs and the large intestine were really closely related. And I mentioned in the earth element that the stomach and spleen were closely related and that digestion, right? With the water element, it's the kidneys and the urinary bladder and also the adrenals. So ways that we can fill up the adrenal: rest, sleep, meditating. All of these are really good to bring more life force in. We're in the winter time, and so our society these days doesn't really acknowledge these different cycles that we go through, and we're in a society that we have to be on a time frame and we have all these things that we have to do. And so sometimes we can feel even more depleted. And so my advice is, if you can, take advantage right now during the winter months to continue to rest up. Do things that are going to water you, that are going to nurture you in that, that inner... I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Do the things that are going to restore you, right? Also, with the urinary bladder and kidneys with those functions, right? When we're in the fear mode, what do we lose control of? The urinary bladder. You notice animals, children, people even, if they're in deep fear, they might wet themselves, right? So we lose control of that functioning. So another way that you can release these emotions is when you're going to the bathroom, meditate on releasing insecurities and fears. We are literally out of time. I really hope that helps you guys. Meditate more, sleep, and I'll see you next time.